Hey, hello, Chris. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing yourself?
I'm good. I can already tell you're very cool, calm, and chill. I love.
Always. My wife hates it sometimes.
I'm really excited to talk to you today. It's been really interesting because I've been talking to a few different musicians and a few different artists, and we have our ways of coping and dealing with high pressure situations, traveling, having to stay away from our families on certain things, sacrifices. And I know that on the sports side of things, you guys do too. My dad played football for a while, so I
Oh
understand
wow.
being a kid of a footballer, but I wanted to ask you just how mentally things have been in your journey with getting to the NFL and playing in the NFL and being there.
It's been a long journey. I went to well, high school wise, I went to Carver High School. I was not heavily recruited coming out of high school. Um,
Yeah.
and I had to work, harder than some other guys that at that position. So for me, just coming out of high school, I was like, man, whatever I can do or get my foot in the door, whatever college that take their chances on me,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna give it my all. So got recruited by UAB in Birmingham. I don't know if anybody know about University of Alabama Birmingham. Sorry. Uh, it's a small school, not heavily recruited like that, but look where I'm at now. They gave me a shot, and my freshman year I started, and from then on I kept playing along the way. But along those times, I had like trying times. I lost my granddad during college. That was one of my first mental breakdowns that I ever had because that was like my best friend.
When you were in high school and everything kind of seemed like it was stacked up against you a little bit, like that your dream was kind of right here, it was just out of reach. What did you tell yourself? Because I know there's going to be a lot of kids that are athletes that they have dreams of achieving where you're at. They want to be where you're at. What did you tell yourself to keep yourself moving, to keep yourself pushing? How did you take everything that you saw and twist it into something positive to help keep yourself going?
One of the things that along the way that helped me out, I wanted to be the best at what I did. So whether it's like being the fastest lineman, I was going to be that fastest lineman to ever come out. So those one of the things that kept me motivated. And I had like things like I had a chart that I had in high school, the things that I wanted to knock off to be able to see and to get to that next level after another level. So
I love it.
create goals, man. Those goals are really something that you should be able to look at as something that you should be able to have to encourage you and to motivate you every single day that you're going through life. So not just necessarily just football, but I'll use that in my everyday life too as well. So it's been helpful for me along the way, and I'm going to continue to do so.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's been interesting because my dad is he's a black man in
Hmm.
America, and he's amazing, and I love him so much. He's so weird and so funny. But I do know that the stigma within the African American community about mental health, and especially when it mostly comes to the men in that community, it seems like it's very hard for them to talk about things that they're dealing with here and right here. And I was wondering how you felt about that, and if you ever dealt with somebody not making you feel weird about it, but like if you've ever dealt with maybe not saying something or expressing yourself because of the situation, maybe didn't feel like you were allowed to speak, and how you felt in that situation is the first part of it. And the second part, I guess, would be how would you encourage other kids, not just kids in the African American community, but kids everywhere, and boys and young men, in speaking in how they feel?
Hmm. I think for us, like African American man myself, growing up, it was tough because I lived in a tough neighborhood, a lot of killings and stuff like that going on, drugs, things that of that nature. But what I did have was football, where I let a lot of rage and everything that I felt, go. And I still, when football, the lights and everything were off, I still bottle those feelings up because, I didn't feel safe to just let anybody know what was wrong with me at the time.
Sure.
But now, looking back, man, I would say like, man, please talk to somebody because I've talked to a counselor before. I still do to this day.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I honestly, when I finally sat down with somebody, and talked about things that I was going through, or things that were heavy on my heart, or just whatever it was the best thing that I ever did. So,
I'll tell you what, I'm telling you.
there's a lot going on already outside of our control, that when things like that happen, and I'm sure it's happened to somebody who's watching right now, that maybe they lost somebody close to them, whether it was from the virus or from something else. But during this time of kind of being at home and not really being able to do the normal things, like there's a lot of athletes that can't just go play football or basketball with their friends right now. And,
Yeah.
what would you say to them? Like, what would you do? What are you doing right now to get those things out that you normally would probably just leave on the field or in the gym? What are you doing?
Right now, so for me, I have this motivation app, and every morning I pick three motivations quotes, that may help me along that day, or something that I may have been through or reflected on, things of that nature that helped me out. And me and my wife share those quotes along the way, and we talk about them, and then we express what they may mean to us. So it is tough, but we have to manage, and we will get through this all together.
Yeah, we absolutely will. I've really enjoyed talking to you today. Thank you so, so, so much for your time. I have one more question. What was the affirmation today from your app?
The affirmation today was joy. Joy is something that I believe in. I truly believe joy comes from the big man above, God. He brings that into your life. If you have Him, He's able to get you out or get you through anything that you may be going through in life. And I mean, I really trust that near and dear for me. For me,
Yeah, I love that. Joy. Choose joy. Choose joy and happiness. I love that. An honor to speak with you today. And I really hope that you and your family just stay safe and healthy and sane. Because I know what it's like to have little kids running
oh
around.
yeah,
So
yeah. I wish that well. I wish well to you and your family, and I hope everything keeps going well for you.
thank you so much. You have a great day, okay?
You too. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys.